tuned into Bradford. This is BCB 106.6.
Hi, my name is Heather, and welcome to Movie Madness. Today I've got Finn with me,
Hi guys.
and we're going to be talking about The Departed,
Yes, we are.
because we both watched it recently and we thought it'd just be a good movie to talk about today, and to just discuss our theories and basically give our thoughts on the whole film. So, have you watched any Martin Scorsese movies before this?
I've recently watched what is it now?
Wolf of Wall Street. You said?
Wolf of Wall Street. That's it. Yeah, I watched that like the other week, so quite recently.
That movie came out like in 2014, didn't it?
Yeah.
And it was a big hit as well.
Oh, huge. Yeah, but I just never got around to it.
I watched it, I think, just when everybody was talking about it.
Yeah.
And I love that movie as well. What do you think of him as a director?
He's because I've never really watched that whole like crime kind of mob, like
Yeah.
drama before. Like I've never really been into that. I'm more of a comedy, zombie person. But watching it, I do really like his stuff. Like just the way he does stuff. Like he's do you know what I mean? He's how creative he is with it.
Yeah, I know what you mean, yeah. He has a certain touch to his films. I like that about him as well, like the way he feels. It feels like it just feels real, even though everything feels like it's crazy. It feels like it just could happen.
Yeah.
And you just feel like it's an ordinary, usually when you watch a movie, it's like, oh, just pick this special person for this to happen, but I just feel like it happens to ordinary people in his movies.
Oh, definitely, innit? I mean, from the start of The Departed, you know, it is like a normal person.
Yeah.
It's happening to, like, Colin as a kid.
Yeah.
He's just a normal kid, as it is.
And then Jack Nicholson finds him and just...
Yeah, you just get, like, filtered through.
So, yeah, so that's our initials. Do you have any initial reactions before we get into it, of The Departed? In one word, could you give what you think of the movie?
Oh, one word. That's a difficult one. I would say surprising.
Surprising. Yeah, that's a good word to use. I'd say... I don't know, I think it was more violent than I thought it'd be.
I'd say it was less violent than I thought it was going to be.
I didn't think it'd be that
Honestly.
violent.
Oh, no, I was expecting a bit more violence, but honestly, when it came down to it, there was a few, there was a few gunshots, and
Yeah.
but there wasn't really anything quite too malicious. Maybe the arm
Yeah.
made me cringe a bit.
So yeah, after this song, we're going to talk about our favourite scenes, what we didn't like, and get a bit into the themes of the whole film. So before that, we're just going to listen to What's Up Danger by Blackaway, and I hope you enjoy it. And we're back. So we're back from that break, and now I just want to talk to you about what we liked about the movie and what we just didn't like about it. So shall we start off with what we liked about it?
Yeah, sure.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Start off with positives. I liked the acting, and before I told you about the violence I found it unexpected, but I did like it. But now that you say it is a Martin Scorsese film,
Yeah, exactly.
but I don't think Wolf of Wall Street had much violence in it, did it?
Not as much as this film does.
Yeah, but this is like a crime movie, though, isn't it?
Well, yeah, exactly. That would focus more on the drama of like the stock market and stuff, whereas this is more about the actual violence and
that was based on someone's real life, innit?
Was it?
Yeah, Jordan Belfort.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's a real guy.
Yeah.
But another thing I liked about this was the acting all around, because they're all like A-list actors in the movie.
Oh yeah.
I think this is Mark Wahlberg's best thing I've ever seen him in.
Really?
Yeah, because I like him in Ted, but I can't think of anything else because he just always has that same role in all his movies.
Actually, yeah, I was thinking about that because have you seen The Other Guys
Oh, that's pretty
with
cool.
Will Ferrell?
Yeah.
Because he pretty much plays like exactly the same. Well, not character, but role.
And accent and everything, innit?
Yeah.
It's all kind of the same, the kind of strong guy.
Yeah, that's all I could think of throughout watching it. I was like, where's Will Ferrell going to come in?
The Other Guys is a pretty good movie. It's like underrated.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of the things about... What do you like about it?
I definitely like the choice of actors. I mean, obviously it's got Leonardo DiCaprio in, and
Yeah,
everyone loves him.
And you like Jack Nicholson as well.
Yeah, Jack Nicholson as well. I didn't know he was going to be in it going into it.
Yeah, didn't you?
No, I mean, I didn't
that was
really.
one of the-
I didn't really know much going into it. Honestly, you just said watch it, so I went to go watch it.
It was just crazy, man.
It's a bit of a
How
surprise.
they got all those people together in one film. Especially at that time, it must have been so expensive to make.
Wait, when was it? 2006.
Around that time.
Yeah.
It seemed like it was around that time when I watched it.
I'd say in terms of time, that I was kind of like initially going into it confused about when the film was set.
How come?
Do you know what I mean? I mean, this might just be me
Yeah.
because yeah, bit of an idiot sometimes. But you know, because it started off in the 80s, I suppose it will have been, or 90s.
Because just by the setting of everything, it might have been before that because they were in like a diner kind of place.
Exactly, it just left it kind of ambiguous for the start until they started using phones.
Yeah, they're using cell phones, so it was like 2006 time anyway. Cell phones were like a big part of the movie.
Oh yeah, isn't it?
So do you have any like favourite scenes that you want to talk about?
I'd say my favourite scene in the entire film is the lift scene near the end. So spoiler alert, when we shouldn't say the actors' names. We need to actually say the
name of the.
So when Billy dies.
Yeah, Billy. They call him Billy.
Yeah. Like when Billy dies and then everyone else dies. That's my favourite scene, and just how each, like pretty much each level of the lift is like a surprise.
In it, yeah, it just keeps getting like it escalates as the lift escalates. Yeah. But yeah, I like the part where I'm trying to think the warehouse scene where Costello actually dies.
Oh yeah,
because Mark Wahlberg, he's just like everything that he's holding in, he just lets it out on him because he knows he's just gonna die anyway.
Yeah,
and I just like how like that just basically exhales all of his like hate onto him and just kills him, and then he just says, "I got him."
Yeah,
and it just makes it seem like, oh yeah, he's gonna be the winner of the story now, and because we just the movie, like everything that happens in the end, is like, oh, the movie could just end there.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that, but at the same time, like if you're seeing him as the good guy, like I was taking sides more with Costello throughout the film rather than
I was taking sides with Leah's character Billy.
Yeah, I was taking sides with him, but I was also taking sides with Costello. Like at no point I was thinking Colin.
The Matt Damon's character.
Yeah.
You didn't like him at all?
No.
But doesn't the movie kind of takes in his perspective a lot of it. So that's what made me side with him.
I'd say how I watched it anyway, I really didn't take sides with him at all.
I liked all three of the characters because I could see how the movie could, like, anybody could like each one of them.
Yeah.
But I did take side with Colin because I saw it from the family side, like, oh, he's married, he's gonna have a girlfriend now, like he's just trying to settle down. And with Costello, I didn't side with him because obviously of all the crazy stuff he's done.
I don't know what that was and why.
Yeah.
I suppose it's another thing to be explored, but I don't know why. I can't explain why. I just really not connected with him. You know, I'm no mafia boss, but
he was like a really good character though, like Robert De Niro kind of character that he'd be in like Goodfellas or something.
Yeah.
But I would understand more if you in Leo's character, because that's like, I think the general audience would be on his side.
Yeah.
Because he's the guy that's kind of on the outside who's just trying to be a normal policeman who's gone in here. So yeah. Now that we talked about all of our themes and stuff, let's move my phone over here.
Exciting.
I want to talk about just get a little bit deeper now that we talked about the good things.
Yeah.
Actually, before we get deeper, let's talk about the bad things.
Okay.
Do you have any things you'd like to like say that are bad about the movie?
Ooh, this is a hard one.
It was because it's still fresh in our minds, isn't it?
Well, exactly, innit? It's because it's so fresh in my mind. I'm kind of have a positive view on it already, and I haven't had much time to reflect on it. But I would say the negative parts of it was probably, well, for me anyway. Oh, this is a really hard one.
Shall I go first?
Yeah, you go first.
Well, when I first watched the whole movie and it was just like, it was over, there was no point in the movie where I was like, oh crap. Like I wasn't thinking, oh, I don't like this part, I don't like this part. It wasn't until I got onto the internet and started looking at everybody else's thoughts on it, then I was like, yeah, that makes sense what they're saying. But it didn't take anything away from me when I watched it, because I still think it's a great movie. But one of the things they say was like, the guy at the end, who was he? Why did he kill Leo? Like, he just basically comes out of nowhere. And it's like a kind of a lazy writing kind of way of him dying.
I suppose, but at the same time, he was part of the police force.
The whole time?
Yeah, he was part of the police force the whole time, you know, on side with Colin.
I just never noticed him.
Yeah, I know what you mean. He was kind of like a
background character.
Yeah, it was a background character. Well, up until the end.
Yeah. And I think Brown the big one, the fat one?
Yeah.
I keep trying to remember. Brown, he should have been more into it. I think another flaw was why didn't Leo just call Mark Wahlberg's character at any point?
Oh yeah.
Like he never phones him. Like if he phoned him, then he would have just got his identity back from him. So that was another plot hole. People are just saying, oh yeah, this movie is, everybody thinks it's so great, but it's got so many plot holes. But you don't realise while you're watching them.
No.
And Mark Wahlberg, I think he got an Oscar for this.
Did he?
And this won the Best Picture of 2006 as well.
I can understand why.
Yeah. I think another movie came out at the same time that people wanted, but I just can't remember the name of it. But yeah, just has that refreshed your memory or anything? What you didn't like about it? If you have no flaws, that's fine as well. Like if you think it's all.
No, definitely. I will say it was too long for me.
Yeah,
and for what the story was, I'd say it could have been condensed slightly.
I agree on that. Because yeah, even when I was watching it, I kept looking at my watch. But because I think 2006 was a time though where you could just sit. But even how can you sit in the cinema for that? We're gonna watch Endgame later on for 3 hours as well.
Yeah.
So this is gonna be 2 hours and a half. It was. You could feel it in this movie though, really.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Because I think when you told me you watched The Wolf of Wall Street, you said it didn't feel like a 3-hour movie.
No. No, yeah. The thing is, when there's a long film,
yeah,
I split it into 2 different categories. Like there's films that feel like 3-hour films.
Yeah.
And there's films that feel like an hour and a half film. But because it's so interesting and filled with action, it kind of condenses it in your head.
Yeah.
But whereas like with The Departed, there's a lot more dialogue, a lot more drama,
and there's a lot more it's a lot more calmer.
Yeah.
Than Wolf of Wall Street. Like Wolf of Wall Street, like oh my god, what's gonna happen next? I'm so interested in these guys. But in The Departed, it's just like you just take it as it's going. It's like a slow ride.
Well, yeah, there's like a lot more character development in The Departed.
Yeah.
So you're watching it more for the characters rather than the action.
Yeah, I feel like because all 3 of them get equal screen time. I think.
Yeah, I would say so.
Because it goes through like usually in a movie you'll have a protagonist and you'll see him start, middle, and end. But in this, each person has a start, middle, and end except Costello. I think he just did the same the whole time.
Yeah, I suppose in it, and Costello from the beginning, he's not really. Do you know what I mean? He's just kind of like there.
Yeah, he's just like kind of a force.
Yeah.
In the movie, like he's not even a character, like a force.
That's a good way of putting it, actually.
So yeah. So do you have anything else you didn't like about it?
Anything else apart from the length? I would say I pretty much liked it.
Yeah, same.
That.
It was just the length in it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was the length. But then we do go through the entire lives and stuff as well in the movie.
Yeah, and like you said, I think they could have developed more on Brown's character. It would have added a bit more substance to the ending.
And I think it could have had more like comedy relief from him as well. Because he did seem like a funny guy because I've seen him in loads of funny movies.
Yeah.
But yeah. So let's get into the themes of the film, alright? So what do you think The Departed was about?
Oh, I think, well, as you were saying earlier before we came out, it was more about like family and sort of like that father-son relationship kind of thing, like with Costello and what's his first?
Costello and
Colin, is it? No.
Colin's Matt Damon's character,
Yeah, Colin.
So you think it's family and stuff?
Yeah, it's family, but also at the same time, it's kind of like. Well, I mean, it is a mob film, so it's kind of like the underlying, like the underlying world of crime.
Yeah.
But like, I mean, because the mob's always got that whole family aspect to it.
Yeah.
Like anyway, like in any film you go, so it's got that, but at the same time, it's got like the whole rats. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. So movies like
Like you can't trust anyone, especially when you get to the ending. You realise like no one. Like I'm pretty sure there was no one who was straight in that film.
At all, yeah, except like Brown or someone.
Yeah.
Like some side character.
I mean, you don't know though at the same time because what is it? Mark Wahlberg's character at the end says you weren't the only mole or rat.
Is that what he says to him before he kills him?
Yeah. Or you weren't the only one with secret. I can't remember. It was something
because Mark Wahlberg knew who Leo was.
Yeah.
And because he deleted Leo's file, that's why he killed him. Yeah. But there are a lot of things to think because you're saying that they're the father-son dynamic. The fact that we know that Matt Damon's character was impotent, ? And it could be about crime, revenge, death, and ambition was another one as well. What do they want to be? Because Matt Damon wants to be a straight cop. So does Leo's character. And I think Frank just wants to chill. Like he just wants to like I don't even know what his ambition is, man. Because he's already at the top.
Well, yeah, I mean, he's even got a line like saying, "Oh yeah, I could have left." This isn't an exact quote. He's like, "Oh yeah, I could have left when I took so and so's money in 3rd grade."
Or so it wasn't money. It was
he was more happy with the life of crime rather than the actual money behind it.
Yeah, and
it's like he got a kick off of that, and he was riding off of that rather than the money.
Yeah, and what's revealed before he dies when Matt Damon says, he says to him that, oh, is this what this is to you? Where you think we're your sons? So his ambition could be to have sons because maybe he's impotent as well.
Yeah.
So I think that could be one of his driving forces, why he hires these guys like Leo, and why he gives all that milk and stuff to Matt Damon's character when the kid is because he wants to take him in as his own son.
Yeah.
So that could be his ambition.
I'd say another thing on the milk. I don't know if it did actually happen, but you know at the end when he's going into the flat,
Yeah.
and he's got the bag of shopping.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's exactly the same shopping.
Yeah.
But it looks very similar to the bag that he had at the beginning.
Yeah. So the movie starts and ends with him holding a grocery bag. Yeah. I think I heard that as well.
Because it had the milk in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did it? I didn't realise.
So one of the first things I noticed. I was like, that's good. I like that.
There was another thing little things that Scorsese did, like he put in X's before everybody died.
Did he?
Like all around the movie. Ones I can remember from the top of my head was when Leo is on the phone with at the airport when he's on the phone with the old policeman. I forgot his name.
The guy who falls off the building?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you remember his name?
No, I can't.
I think, what did they call him? Captain. Is he the captain? He's not the captain, is he?
No.
But he is Matt Damon's boss.
Yeah.
Oh, not Mark Wahlberg's boss.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when he's on the phone with him in the airport, there's loads of crosses as the architecture behind him.
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember?
Yeah, on the walkway of the plane.
Yeah,
like,
and
going
those
to the
crosses
plane.
represent that he's a marked man now. So he's going to die. Because I think on the phone, he says to him, oh yeah, don't worry, I'll get you out of this. But that just showed that he's not going to get out of this, and now he's a marked man because he's just going to die. And another cross was, there's just some in the shadows when the old man dies. When he falls out the window, there's 2 crosses on the big windows on the building on the way down.
Oh, right.
And I think there's a cross when Mark Wahlberg kills Matt Damon right at the end, but I just don't know what it is because...
Is there?
Yeah, I think it's the way the blood splatters.
Oh, no, I don't know.
I'm not sure.
I wouldn't know without seeing it.
Yeah. There was lots though. There was loads like just all over the place. In the elevator, there's just a cross just in duct tape on the back of the elevator, like a small one.
Ah, right.
So just they say that the reason why Martin Scorsese actually implemented this all of this little stuff is because it's a crime movie, and obviously the greatest crime movies of all time is Scarface.
Yeah.
And Scarface, the 80s one is a remake of the 1930s one, and in the 1930s, every time somebody died in that movie, the director made a cross. Like whether it was like a dissolve into another screen that had a cross, or when somebody died, it just went up, and there was just a shadow cross.
I suppose he's done that before. Like what is it with Goodfellas?
Yeah.
Yeah. How there was an orange in every scene where someone died.
Oh yeah. Was it Goodfellas or Godfather?
Oh.
It might be Godfather.
It was either Godfather or Goodfellas. I cannot. No, I want to say it was Goodfellas.
I want to say it's Godfather.
Oh no.
But either way, like it's a sign in it.
Yeah.
It's like marking somebody before they die. Foreshadowing. It's really.
Yeah, I think it might have been. Yeah, I think it might have been Godfather.
Yeah.
Oops. But still, though, same kind of.
Yeah, foreshadowing.
Themes. Yeah, foreshadowing.
So, you thought the movie was about fatherhood as well, then?
Yeah.
Or family.
Yeah, fatherhood, family.
Why do you think Matt Damon's wife got pregnant before he died? Because they must have done that for a reason. They implemented that whole scene. And it's a boy as well. Like, he made sure to tell us that it's a boy.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Like, I'm sure that must have been for a reason as well.
I mean, everything's for a reason, especially in film.
Yeah. Like so stuff come out all the time.
There'll have been so much thought put behind it, but it's whether, looking at it as an audience member, whether we can decipher that.
You think that kid... Because if there was another, like... Did the Frenchman stay alive?
Who?
The Frenchman. The big guy. That'd be Jack Nicholson's right-hand man. Oh no, he dies in the car, doesn't he, in the warehouse?
Oh yeah, because he crashes into the caravan and then blows up and then shoots himself.
Because there is that question that now, when that kid is going to be born, is one of the mob guys going to take him, or is he just going to lead a straight life now?
Oh yeah, I suppose that is interesting.
Because Matt Damon would have lived a normal life because he has no connection with the mob, but his dad did. And because his dad did, Jack Nicholson came into the diner and said, I know who you are because I know your dad. Yeah. And that's how he got involved with him, by doing favours for him. So maybe that could lead on to that. But yeah, there's a remake of freaking this whole movie there's a full Chinese remake called Internal Affairs,
Is
which
there?
is supposed to be as good as this movie.
Oh wow.
Yeah, but I think that's a part 2 and a part 3 too. That's why I'm mentioning it.
What, an extension on the film, or just more of a like stretching out?
I think it's an extension.
All right.
But yeah. So after our next song, which is gonna be Eden's EXO, we're gonna get into what our thoughts about the actual ending of the movie. We're gonna talk about some of the controversies surrounding around the film, and we're gonna ask the question that do you think that in a way this film is the opposite of Goodfellas, because Goodfellas glamorizes crime, whereas this does the opposite. So we're going to get into all of that after the song, which is Eden's EXO. So
Let's hear it.
hope you like it. And we're back after that amazing song, which is Finn's favourite song.
Yeah, it's a bit of a joke.
So yeah, what was our first point that I was just talking about before the song came? Do you remember?
Yeah, before the song, we were talking about the ending and then how it compares to Goodfellas.
Oh yeah, and the Kickstarter campaign.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So what did you think about the ending? Because the ending was very controversial. A lot of people didn't like it.
I really liked the ending, and I think it. I don't know. I've kind of got mixed opinions. Like, if we're on about like are we on about like the final scene in the flat?
How the movie ends, like literally,
Yeah,
like in story wise, how it ends.
I've got mixed feelings. Like, I'm really happy on how they kind of tie it off and how Mark Wahlberg's character basically just avenges. Who is it? Yeah, avenges Billy and the other guy. Can't remember his name.
Oh,
Brown.
Brown, yeah.
Yeah. Like how he kind of avenged him, but at the same time, it's kind of like it doesn't have to end on a high. Like, I think that's what they were aiming for. They was like, oh yeah, it's a film, we kind of got to end it on a high.
Yeah,
in terms of like for audiences, but I feel like they could have left it on just.
Creatively, it's like it's his thing in it to do, so he could do whatever he wants.
Oh, obviously, yeah. I mean, he might have wanted to do that, but I think it could have worked better.
Yeah. It kind of reminded me of Reservoir Dogs, because everybody dies basically in the end of that as well, except
Yeah.
one guy who just runs away. But in this, obviously, everybody dies, and the only people that survive are the side characters, which is very weird, because normally a movie comes to an end, like who we started with, here's who we end with,
Yeah.
and like it's like a good and like glamorous ending. But all of the endings here were a bit like they weren't glamorous at all.
Not at all.
And it's like, you know, usually when somebody like dies in the movie that you've been following throughout the whole movie, like violins and all this are happening. But in this movie, it's just like a thud, and that's it, just walk away.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
they don't linger on your note.
And it was a surprise as well. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, and yeah, I think that's going back to the point where we're saying that his movies feel like real life. So we just had a bit of technical difficulties. So I just think snap it back or something.
I can't even see myself.
So we're back after that. We were discussing the Kickstarter, innit?
Yeah.
So the Kickstarter, and they wanted to digitally remove the rat at the end,
Oh really?
because they were saying this movie is too high class for that, and that rat being there is too it's too on the nose. Like, oh, there's a rat at the end of the movie is all about rats. And they want to literally just digitally remove it, so it just pans into that estate building instead.
Yeah. I don't know. I really liked it. I think it was kind of like a little. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm not that advanced, or I'm not too
Yeah, but I think
au fait with it. But I really liked. It was kind of like a little round off to the whole thing, and it was similar as well to one of the drawings that.
Was it?
Yeah,
Oh,
there was a guy in the bar who was drawing like loads of rats going up towards like that big dome. I think it was like the town hall.
Yeah.
And it was very similar to that.
Oh yeah, because like that was the state department, so that was representing the government and the police, and then it's the rats that are all there.
Yeah, so it's kind of like a throwback to that, if you will.
Yeah, and there's lots of meanings to that, because it's like, the rats all over it because it's dirty and corrupt, and there's rats all over it because of the actual rats and
Yeah,
moles and stuff.
literally.
Yeah, so that was really cool. I really liked it as well, and I think that if Martin Scorsese did it and he put it there, he didn't just do it like a last second thought and put it there. He must have watched it a few times before he put it out there.
Oh, definitely. That was.
Like a real choice that he made.
Yeah.
And if he made that choice, that's his choice, and he's the filmmaker. So like, what?
Yeah, people have got to respect that. At the end of the day, he's the director. He's deciding what's going into that.
It's got his name on it.
Yeah, it's his film.
So yeah, it just like stuff like that just gets me angry. Really, it's just stuff like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, was that all of our points?
The ending. Have we compared it to Goodfellas yet? Or?
Oh no, we haven't. Do you think we do think in it
Yeah.
in the way that this is basically the opposite to Goodfellas, because Goodfellas glamorizes the gangster life and stuff, but
Well, everyone just ends up dead.
and it shows all of the malls and the dirty
Yeah.
bits of gang, like all of the it just doesn't glamorize it at all. And
No,
maybe
not at all.
maybe Scorsese did it because people were shouting at him for glamorizing it before, so he thought, oh, I'll make one that doesn't glamorize it, just to like, so he's got both sides of the pie.
Yeah.
So yeah, so that was our rushed ending of Movie Madness.
Technical difficulties.
I hope you liked today's episode. It's a special episode because we just discussed The Departed, which is a Martin Scorsese film. I hope you liked the style of the episode, what we did, where we just talked about one film. And yeah, that's our time. I hope you have a good evening and goodbye.
Thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening.